Oh, babe, then it fell apart. It fell apart. Hey everyone, welcome to another ranking. Here's my ranking of all the Bourne movies. And yes, just a heads up, that song I was singing in the beginning is the theme to the Bourne movies. Yes, the Bourne movies are a fantastic action movie franchise, and Jason Bourne just came out and I just did a review of it, and I thought to celebrate Jason Bourne, I'd rank all 5 of the Bourne movies from my least favorite to my favorite. And since I saw Jason Bourne, I can rank every single one of them because I have seen every single one of them, and again, I'm a fan of this franchise, so I'm excited to do this. Here is my ranking of all the Bourne movies from my least favorite to my favorite. Alright, coming at number 5 is Bourne Legacy. Yes, Bourne Legacy has a completely different director and a completely different cast. Yeah, they have Edward Norton, Rachel Weisz, and Jeremy Renner as the lead. And Jeremy Renner is trying his ass off in this movie, and he's okay. Some of the action, I guess 1 or 2 action scenes are okay, but it is not a Bourne movie. It just feels like it's just a generic, cheap Bourne movie, cheap action movie. There's nothing remotely memorable about this movie. I remember seeing this movie, I think, 2012 it came out? I saw it once in theaters, and I've never once seen it again because I was so damn disappointed, because it was a Bourne movie. I thought, like, it'd be a cool, legacy movie, a spin-off movie. I thought it'd be awesome. Jeremy Renner is a great actor. But it was so generic and so forgettable, and it wasn't Bourne to me, so I didn't like it. I'm not a fan of the Bourne Legacy. Again, 1 or 2 action scenes are fine. Jeremy Renner is trying, but it's poorly directed, poorly executed. It's a waste of an Edward Norton and a Rachel Weisz, because they're both talented actors. They're completely underused in this movie, and this movie is just so forgettable and just so generic, and it's, of course, the weakest Bourne movie. Coming number 4 is Jason Bourne. Yes, Jason Bourne just came out a few days ago, and I just did a review, and I will leave a link down below. Check out my whole review of Jason Bourne. You'll know my thoughts and opinions of it. It's fine. I actually liked it. I love the return of Paul Greengrass and Matt Damon as Jason Bourne, and they're both great. The direction of Paul Greengrass is fantastic. He uses shaky cam once again as a style, not as a gimmick like some filmmakers, and it's well done. The action's great. The chase scenes, the motorcycle chase, the foot chases are all fantastic. Julia Stiles is back. She's great. Alicia Vikander great. Tommy Lee Jones is great. Matt Damon, he doesn't say a lot of lines of dialogue. He's still great. He's still badass. He's still freaking Jason Bourne who kicks ass. And yeah, Jason Bourne did have a lot of boring, dull moments, and some moments that I just wish would just pick up the pace. I'm like, oh my god, get back to the good shit. There's a lot of wasted scenes and very boring scenes, but the movie is still good. It's a great action movie, it's a great espionage movie, and it's a great return to Jason Bourne. And yeah, I really like Jason Bourne. Once again, I'll leave a link down below. You'll see my whole review. But yeah, it's a good movie. Coming number 3 is Bourne Supremacy. Bourne Supremacy is the second installment of the Bourne franchise, and it's very good. This is the first movie directed by Paul Greengrass, and it does work. I love the ending to this movie. I love the resolution of this movie, the conclusion of this movie. The scene when Jason Bourne's talking to the girl about her family and stuff. Very powerful scene. I love Julia Stiles in this movie. It had a little more Julia Stiles. Joan Allen's fantastic in this movie as well. The action's great. Carl Urban's great. There's a very sad opening scene to this movie. The action is great. So why isn't it better than the other 2 movies I'm about to talk about? Well, I guess it's just not as memorable or as creative as the other 2 ones I'm about to talk about, but honestly, this movie does almost everything right. It's a worthy sequel to the first film, and I absolutely love it. I can't think of many problems with it because I love the Bourne trilogy, the first 3 movies. They're just freaking amazing movies, and yeah, Bourne Supremacy is no exception. It's amazing. Coming number 2 was The Bourne Identity. The Bourne Identity was always my favorite Bourne movie because I love the story. I get more invested with it, and I've seen it more than all the Bourne movies. I've seen this movie at least 12 times. I remember seeing this twice in theaters. It's so freaking good. It's based off a book that wasn't even that great, but it's so good. Doug Liman's direction is fantastic. I love Matt Damon. I love his chemistry with the lead actress. I forget her name. I love them. I love them as characters. I love Clive Owen in this movie. I love Chris Cooper in this movie. I love the shaky cam. This is the first time I ever saw a movie that shaky cam was used so brilliantly. It's so well executed, so well directed. It's thrilling. This is the more thrilling, edgier Bourne movie. This is why I always loved it the most. But it's technically not the best Bourne movie, but it's my second favorite, second best. I don't know. It's always like a toss-up between these two, but Bourne Identity is so good. And my number one favorite Bourne movie, or best Bourne movie, is of course The Bourne Ultimatum. I love The Bourne Ultimatum. Again, Paul Greengrass directed this movie sensationally. It's so good. It has some of the best action sequences I have ever seen, not only in Bourne movies, but just in action movies in general. It's so good. I don't want to spoil it because if you haven't seen these Bourne movies, but they show a lot of things in this movie that just makes your jaw just drop, and the stuff that you learn about Jason Bourne, about his backstory, it's absolutely fantastic. You have a brilliant scene with Albert Finney, who's brilliant in this movie. David Strathairn's also fantastic. There's some scenes in this movie that are just fantastic. In the chase scene, you all know what chase scene I'm talking about, is absolutely fantastic. I love the scene with Matt Damon and Julia Stiles, and you don't know if these characters actually knew each other in Bourne's past life. It's fantastic. This movie is more thought-provoking, more brilliantly executed, and it just has better action than all of the Bourne movies. That's why it's probably my number one. It's technically, every time I watch this movie, I always think, yeah, this is the best Bourne movie. I may have seen Bourne Identity the most, but this, hands down, Bourne Ultimatum is the best Bourne movie. So yeah, that was my ranking of the Bourne movies from least favorite to my favorite. So in the comment section below, please tell me what is your ranking of all the Bourne movies from your least favorite to your favorite. Comment below, let me know. And so if you like this video, please like, subscribe to this channel, and join the dark side.